Hey, Davo, do you stream from the same computer that you have the game running, or do you have like a streaming PC that you stream to and then do
No,
that to YouTube?
no, it's the same
One
PC.
PC, yep.
Okay, I think we have things sorted. Here we go. Thanks for being patient, everyone. If you're still with us, couple of technical gremlins sneaking in there via the YouTube, but
Well, we are in the woods, so there's a lot of gremlins and pixies and all kinds of fantastical mythical creatures running around out here around the Francorchamps circuit. So I'm not surprised a couple of them made their way past our drunken production van employees who are, gorging themselves with Belgian chocolate as we speak, and
yes,
started fiddling with the wires back there.
yeah, I think. Oh well, I think the security team's actually in the van with them. So
Yeah, they're going to pick their game up. A couple of wood nymphs snuck into the production van when no one was looking.
So plenty going on here at Spa. Welcome back, everybody.
Look, just a recap there too on that quali. Obviously, Vic Chan to the top again on a very, very good lap. 80 over Steve Rees on an 18.5 over Shane Fodado. Status quo for the front three again. There, Fodado did bank an 18.8. So, but yeah, one out the bag. Vaughan Martin, Jags a 19.9 in there, which was a very, very good lap. Just
Huge
over.
lap.
Yeah, just over the 20.0 of John McDonald. And then Mitchie Campbell, slightly up, slightly better qualifying, a little bit more organised into the lead up of that one. Qualifies that car in P6. Stu Arrowsmith in there on a very similar time around that 20.3. So not too far off of the Martin McDonald Campbell times to be P7. Aaron Enright after a very, very good race one with an early stop into P8, somewhere similar to around about where he finished race one. So he's qualified in a good position. Lucas also good qualifying there. P9, John Carter, P10. And then we do drop into this battle pack, the battle pack that I'm pretty sure is going to pop up again this race, guys. Wilton, Robertson, Melling, Jones and Grills after that DQ be looking for a better result into P15 there. And then Shields, Davison, Turner, Simpson, Rivers round out the 20 here.
That's going to be on. That is going to be on from P11 to P20.
Yeah,
all of those guys, they're going to be right up each other's backsides, I reckon, the whole race. So look out for that.
I couldn't agree more, mate. I think that will be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, Vaughan Martin. So, obviously we've sung, Lucas Sarr's praises. You can't sing them enough. This season he's done so well. He's done an amazing job. His main rival, in that GT3 season was Vaughan Martin. And, for Vaughan to now, I reckon that's a statement lap in the Pro-Am battle. Lucas was obviously very quick in race one, but he had that little incident in pit lane. And Vaughany's just come out and put a little bit of a stamp on this championship in the Pro-Am ranks. So good to see from Vaughan Martin to P4. It's an epic lap for a Pro-Am driver with the company that he's got around him. John McDonald, Mitch Campbell, we spoke about while we were off air for those couple of minutes while the Oompa Loompas were chasing the wood nymphs out of the production van, that we expect Mitch Campbell, we mentioned it in race one, very aggressive driver, likes to take his lap one opportunities, and he will be sniffing around like, Nicolas Cage's mushroom pig in the forests here at Belgium. He will be sniffing hard, Mitch Campbell, for any opportunity that he can get. So keep an eye out for that.
I'm going to chase that reference post-race, mate. I really, really am. But
have you not seen that movie, Nicolas Cage? It's called Pig, and he's got a mushroom pig, a truffle pig.
I haven't seen that movie.
There you go.
You and I, Davo, we're just potentially a little bit sheltered, mate. But hey, look, nonetheless, I think, that is going to be a good battle. And also, another thing to pick up on out here, guys, 22 ambient, 23 track. Now, just in that 1 hour physical time from 6 p.m. qualifying
big changes,
to the 7 p.m. start of the race, we're talking about we've lost 3 to 4 degrees track temp and a good 2 to 3 degrees of ambient temp. And it's going to trend that way over the next 30 minutes, guys. So, it's going to be very, very hard to keep these tyres at an optimum. I think the potential here tonight, because I'm going to say tonight at 7 p.m. is, likelihood of a 5-second stop and just taking that splash of fuel. If it's that bad, don't be surprised if you see someone come and change the tyres and just up the pressure if they're losing too much. And I'm not particularly talking about the front runners. I'm talking about that battle pack: Robertson, Melling, Jones, Shield.
Yeah.
You can take a big swing at it.
Yeah, you do see you do get a lot of long shadows cast here at Spa, don't you? And with the temperature trending the way it is, it wouldn't surprise me, J-Man, if it is going to be a marked difference from the start of the race to the end of the race. So would you say, keep that pit stop up your sleeve, try and, go a little bit longer perhaps, don't just cut the race in half, definitely don't want to pit early if that's what you're thinking. If you're thinking you might mix it up and throw a set on, you want to stretch it out.
Definitely. Well, the first portion is getting this phase one right. Like at the end of the day, if you've got to at least get those tyres working for the first 2 laps here, 3 laps potentially would be good, and then really just make an educated guess on what the pressures are doing. And look, if they're not right, you're not best to sit out there and stay going backwards. Basically, come in and take a big swing at it early.
Yeah, true. It's
anticipating that we're going to see a lot of temp falling out of this thing, and just pressure those things right up and go, and hopefully you can make it back. But we are talking the difference between 35 seconds to 5 seconds, so you'd have to make a lot up.
Yeah, and you're right. It's a short race, so you can't leave it too late, can you? Because you won't make the most of it. You won't make use of the fresh rubber. And these GT2 cars, they do take a lot longer to get the tyres up to working temp as well.
They do take a while to cycle up. The boys, you can see them doing their best throughout that formation lap, just to get some heat into those brakes. And even now we see Reese trying to rub a little bit of heat into those front tyres there. We are just about to go green, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for bearing with us through some technical issues tonight. It is round 2 in Asrnz's Race of Champions here at Spa. We've got Vic Chan, Steve Rees, Shane Fudderdo, Vaughan Martin, Jane McDonald. We've got Mitch Campbell, Aaron Smith, Enright, Lucas Saar and Carter. Rounding out the top 10, we're about to go green. Again, it's going to be a drag race between Chan, Rees and Fudderdo down to a rouge. We got a green light, ladies and gentlemen. Vaughan Martin actually with a really snappy start there, as did Mitch Campbell. I think both of them around. Oh, McDonald and Campbell with contact.
Yeah. Oh, that was big for McDonald. Backed it into the wall at a rouge. And I tell you what,
massive.
It's going on like it did at the start of race 1 up the top there, but the Audi will have the legs again.
Hard to know who to keep eyes on here. Look at this pack here in the mid pack here. It's Wilton, Shields, Lucas Saar, Steve Melling. It's just crazy out there. Super stuff. A little bit of contact there through a rouge. Who else was involved in the McDonald thing? Not quite sure. McDonald back in the pits. That car's a wreck.
Yeah, that car is not in a good way, so be fixing it. Potential for that thing to not even fire back out for this next one. I would be surprised, however. Hopefully he does get out there and bank some points, or just try and get out there and make the most of it. But this battle, once again, the same at the top of the top end of town as it was. I think Vaughan Martin doing a great job hanging in with these top 3 at the start of this one. So Vaughan got legitimate pace.
Oh yeah, he got a massive jump there, J-Man. Pipping, I think that might have been Mitch Campbell that actually got involved with John McDonald.
It was, yes.
Yeah, so he got Aaron Smith and Campbell. So yeah, really made a good jump start there.
Well, I know we don't do lap 1 replays, but I was watching from the bird's eye view, and I think Vaughan might have been a little bit out of position on the start, which may have balked Mitch and JB behind him, and that may have, kind of had the domino effect as they're heading
them up
into
a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
But you've still got to get through clean.
Oh, mate, and crazy starter. Oh, Rouge. Classic. It's not one of them big stop-go corners, but full-on stop.
Again, is that Aaron Enright doing this early stop as well? And is he followed in by Phil Turner?
He is, correct.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I knew there'd be a couple to do it. Obviously, Aaron with a slightly, with a better quality, that one there. similar to his race finish in race 1. Still opting for that very successful early
Mitch
pit stop.
Campbell with overlap. I think that is on Bear Grylls there as they run down to Asrnz here. Who is going to yield? It's Mitch Campbell. Bear.
Oh, he had to lift on the
Cut.
exit there.
So Campbell passed. Bear still pushing.
It'd be a heated cockpit in that Audi at the moment, I reckon.
Oh, absolutely. Campbell
And
been in the wars already.
Look, I've been watching the John
Look at-
Carter,
look at-
Aerosmith battle up
Look at
road
the
a bit
shields.
too.
Look at the shields. Shields Lucas Saar battle going on.
Yeah, who else is in there? Damien
That's
Jones.
Damien Jones tucked in behind that too, J-Man.
Yeah, Robinson in there. So this is kind of reminiscent of the back end of
Well,
race 1.
well, it was the final lap
Picking
of
up
race
where they
one.
left off.
Look at this
Yep.
lot. My
Yep.
God.
Yeah, back to where they left off only about 15 to 20 minutes ago at the high end. So, yep, back into it. These lads. I do think that KTM looks good in the middle of the corner. I've watched it several times, range right up on the back of that Audi. So whatever it's lacking in a straight line, it's certainly not in corner entry.
Oh, it loves the corners, the KTM. I'm a big fan of the KTM. It's got so much aero on it. It sticks to the road. It's so sticky. You can definitely throw it around in the corners. Very forgiving as well. So, yeah, great car to go fast around corners in.
Oh, so Shields with a tag on the back
Yeah, see that.
from Sharks.
And look at that, Mitchie Campbell, opportunistic, right down the inside of Robinson there too.
Yes,
during that
Robinson,
exchange.
yeah, so Robinson just obviously having a roll out of the throttle there a little bit. And Campbell all over it.
And in a blink of an eye, he's
Oh,
up to
here we
P10.
go. Oh, and look at it. Brad just like, hey, I want that back. And look what's going on in front there. That's Jacques, and Jacques now vulnerable. Jacques was all over the back of that Audi, but the legs of the Audi just pushing. That's Brad Robinson into the pits. That's also Stu Arrowsmith, I see in camera shot there, into the pits.
Correct.
Here we go, Mitch Campbell down into 1. Drops to the inside. Glenn.
Something going on with J-Man's audio there.
J-Man, brother.
I think the wood nymphs and the sprites and the elves have made their way into J-Man's house. Started playing with his audio.
I'll just turn that bit down. Not sure what he's doing there, guys, but ladies and gentlemen, I know what's going on here. Plenty going on here. Sharks all over it.
Going hard on the equipment tonight.
It's Lord of the Rings out there at the J-Man household. We've got all sorts of creatures going on.
I thought the dog was wrestling the bloody mic there for a sec.
Oh no, Vaughnie's off. Martin's off. He's gone wide. He's recovered it. He's stayed off the fence. Well done, Vaughan.
Yeah, hey, look, I was also looking at the pressure that Wilton was applying to John Carter as well. So that was a legit battle that was forming off the back of Aaron Enright and Phil Turner going for an early stop. That's allowed Farmer to focus on Carter, which is a very, very good battle as well. So battle on pit road, Stu Arrowsmith with a very good stop, 5 second. A couple of 7-second stops for Robinson, Enright as well. 11-second stop for Phil Turner. McDonald's been in there for the best part of 5.5 minutes, as we well know, so don't expect to see that car come back out. However, Kenny Simpson, not the best stop, 11-second stop with a total transit time of 1:27. So 5 seconds, still the optimum there. Stu Arrowsmith does the business there, so that'll serve him well.
And pretty much a carbon copy of race 1, J-Man. Fodado has gotten past Steve Rees a couple of 2 or 3 laps for those tyres on the GT2 to pressure up and get into their operating window, and then he's passed.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Lucas Saar with Mitch Campbell applying the blowtorch very, very
looking for an
liberally
overrun
here. But Mitch Campbell literally bump drafting Lucas's car all the way up the hill there. Both in Audis. Here we go. Mitch Campbell
Big
in.
dive.
Oh, mate.
Had to make it happen. Very equal pace. Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, he'll struggle with the Aldi straight line speed here.
They're both in Audis, J-Man.
Yep. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Here we go.
To give it
No
up
one's
this
lifting.
inning.
Oh, side by side there. Oh, and who's going to come out?
Oh,
deary me.
Melling and Grills both in the lane
Uh,
together.
and that's Damien Jones, just like front row seat with the popcorn out, watching that going
Campbell's
on.
going to have
Mitch
another
Campbell,
dive here.
Mitch Campbell, not one to stick around. He really wants to make this have more contact.
It's very aggressive.
Jones wanted to get in on the act here. That's really, I don't think Lucas see that coming.
Yeah, look,
That's also
lost him.
Let's let
Davison
pass as well.
Shields has got past now too, so.
Oh, it's Shields actually. Yes. Yeah, you're correct.
So probably a little bit of schooling there for Lucas. We've complimented him on how good he's been this season, but that's probably not his finest work. He probably could have just tucked in there and gone with Mitchie, I think. So.
And he probably doesn't need to hear it from us, but we're going to say it anyway.
Absolutely.
Well, it can be difficult, to defend a guy like Mitch Campbell. He is hyper aggressive. He will take a half opportunity and he will stretch it out. And it can be difficult to defend those guys. They put you off your game. They're in your mirrors. They're dancing around behind you. They make you think. They make you work hard to keep the position. So. Yeah, little lesson there.
Yeah, definitely.
Melling Grills both with 9 second stationary, so not the best stops for those boys either. Got Brad Robertson heading down the lane, about to come up on his jacks within the next 10 or so seconds, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. But Stewie Arrowsmith, once again, the 1% is doing very, very well tonight.
Well, J-Man, I just want to mention that too, because I was watching the margin. So Arrowsmith is actually trying to chase down Vaughan Martin for P4 at the moment.
Okay.
Although Martin is in the pits now, so I reckon he's responding, because Arrowsmith was about 2 seconds behind Vaughan Martin after that one incident. So I reckon he's just putting himself in a clear air and he's thinking, I just get a little sneaky undercut here, and Vaughan's responding, so they're going to come out very close to each other.
Yeah.
Robinson with the 5 second stop. So.
Yeah, so Arrowsmith, as we speak, just still down, right down at the bottom of the circuit here, down in the valley. Just starting to head up the hill here. Martin in the pits.
Fodado starting to make some inroads to Chan this race too, boys. 1.3 seconds of margin now. Just been watching that.
Indeed.
Just working away. We heard Vic talk about Shane maybe cooking his tyres, trying to run with him. So he clearly feels confident that he's got the better pace. And Shane, obviously that's a carrot up the road.
Arrowsmith's going to get Vaughan
He's
here.
He's easily going to get Vaughan here.
Yeah.
I reckon Vaughan's got at least another 30 seconds just
trundling
cycling through pit lane.
He had hardly even got through the first turn. There he goes through it now. Arrowsmith just into the braking area here.
Yeah, I did mention Vaughan had that little off, so that might have cost him.
Martin have a 28 second stationary? What was the deal there?
Was there a little bit of damage that I didn't pick up? I thought he kept it off the wall. He ran wide. I'm going to say about turn 3, turn 4.
He did. Yeah, he did get off track there. I did notice that.
Okay. Well, he had a 28 second stationary, which is just going to do him no favour. So
stop go for excuse me, J-Man. Stop go for Steve Melling, which very rare to see a penalty tag beside Steve Melling's name, J-Man.
I reckon Martin picked the wrong pit box. I reckon he sat 28 seconds in the wrong pit box because he's just stopped again, and I just saw the car jump off the jack.
There you go. He's out again.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That's
so
crushing.
Cumulatively, that's 34 seconds, guys.
15. He's in 15th. That's the race over for Vaughan. He was running really well tonight. Yeah,
we say it so often. 1%.
Oh, mate, yeah, and you know it.
Yeah, and I thought Steve Wilton in the lane too. Also, I thought Fodado was coming back at Chan. Chan's responded that margin back out to 2 seconds, and
he just put a second on him that last lap. 2018-7 or 2019-7.
But yeah, I can tell you the best lap of the race is Vic Chan on a 2:18.525. However, Shane Fodado's best lap is a 2:18.565.
Interesting.
Ree's best lap is a 19.6. So
quite a way off.
Definitely got the pace.
Yeah, Fodado's got the pace to challenge, doesn't he?
He does.
Just having a look at Nev Shields, guys, ranging up on the back of Lucas Saar. Lucas was obviously caught up in that battle earlier with Mitch Campbell, but he's made his way past Nev now, and he's currently hunting down Damien Jarks and Mitch. who is, you know, about 7 or 8 seconds further up the road. So I think he's looking for part 2 here.
Yeah, yep. And both unpitted cars as well, I think,
Correct.
those two guys. So still plenty to play for. Steve Wilson still in the pits, and I think we have Scotty Rivers in the pits as well at the moment. Oh, is Scotty...
Yeah, that Melling 30-second hold there would have been like a Greg Murphy 5-minute in the cubicle stop.
You know
really.
it. You know it.
So he gets that thing.
And he would have been acting like Greg Murphy talking to Marcus Ambrose.
Oh, fuck, you know that too.
Absolutely. Yeah, Campbell doing a great job out there. Jarker's still trying to hang on there. What's the margin between there? He's got about 3.2.
Harris Smith on Wilton. Easily pass. Wilton just lets him slip on past.
Wilton was in a fight with John Carter prior to the pit stop. So
and
Wilton won.
Yeah, who was it, Carter? Because Wilton's pitted.
Yeah, with a 6-second stationary.
Yep.
I can also tell you that Wilton's best lap is a 20.7.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Carter's is a 21.5.
Ah, okay.
So it definitely got more pace. And last lap round, okay, obviously we're not going to get much out of Farmer because he's not long stop. But last lap round was a 2:28.2. Carter's was a 2:20.4. So just think about that a little bit when we go back to green flag running once Carter's made his pit stop, because that'll
Carter's
be a very real battle.
His PB as well for the race. That 2:24 was his quickest lap of the race. So.
Yep, it was a 21 something, wasn't it? Did I call? So
Yep. So yeah, Carter with plenty of work to do, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has got a lot of work to do. I just feel sorry for John McDonald there. We saw such a consistent drive out of him in race 1. Although ever the true sim racer, he has got that car out there back going again. It's fixed up. He's currently in the pit lane looking to make the stop, 4 laps down. But you know, to me, that's just worth credit when you see a guy after a big wreck carry on.
Yeah, it's so easy, isn't it, to just park it up and say, well, what's the point of keep going? But hats off, credit too for getting back out there, you know, getting the laps in, get some points at the end of the day. You know, it's only once a week that we get together to do this, so hey, there's a few laps left, go out and run.
Nev Shield's in the lane too, boys. This is a car that's been amongst the thick of it all night so far already, so you'll be looking to make this count. Not sure, Rusty, whether you had any data on this car, whether it's likely going to fall in with a good pit stop to an existing battle.
Oh, yeah, he's going to fall right into that battle that they've been having all night. I think he's going to be around Vaughan Martin, Phil Davidson, there or thereabouts, because he's right at the end of pit lane here. So where's Bear? Where's Bear coming out? Oh no, he's well ahead. He's well ahead. So he's going to fall just behind Bear Grylls, I suspect. No, look at him, clear air.
Okay, so
who's got to stop in front of him? I think then.
So I thought that was still the likes of Enright. No, he stopped.
No.
Lucas potentially. No, he's a little bit further up the road. Jarkus. No, that might shake out. No, that might shake about somewhere where it's supposed to be, mate. So.
Okay.
Reese to the pit lane also.
Well, this will be a great night for Nev. We mentioned he was the top AM runner, P10 in race 1. If he's currently running P11, if he can be there or thereabouts again in race 2, I would call that a successful night here at Spa.
Yeah, absolutely. So look to once again for Forodo to probably counter this undercut that we're seeing Steve Reed take at the moment. So, and then once again, look, John Carter, I think probably the same strategy as race 1 to run long and finish this thing strong, because obviously Carter, Campbell, that's a very real factor there. And Jones has still got a mirror full of Lucas Sarr right now, boys. And I think, Davo, you're all over that.
Yeah.
Him here too, I think.
I think he
just pulls out of it.
Too late. I think the KTM just had it through a rouge there, and just left the run too late from the Audi. I just wonder whether that he might have a slight amount of damage there. It might be slowing that car a little. Aero-wise, neither of these two, I think, have pitted either.
Oh.
Just quietly. Oh, yeah, it runs deep again.
Very deep.
Yeah.
You can see the strength of that KTM. If you're right on board with Lucas, just looking ahead at the back of the KTM, it's so planted. It was born to go fast around corners, that car. The Audi's more of a brute. You know, it's more of a nightclub bouncer. It's one that, you know, kind of stiffens you up in your seat when you're going down the straight, and it's a little bit hairier going through the turns, and the KTM's a bit more casual.
Yep. And so there, Jones actually making the mistake a little bit deep into the first of the S's there, just allowing Lucas just to regain a little bit. But these guys trading errors, really. The slightest of mistakes here.
Ooh,
Chewing and throwing.
Opening here.
Oh, here we go.
High speed section here. If he's going to, I reckon he's going to feign to the inside. No, he's going to take the outside.
Can he make it live? Oh, no, very wide, out on the grass. Still got the foot in.
You see there, that's what I was talking about, the aero advantage that the KTM has over the Audi there. You got to take more risks.
Unbelievable. Fotado in the pits.
Yeah, I think if it was me right there, I would have taken the option. If I was
Lucas.
Jones, I would have gone to the pit then and taken the opportunity. Yep, rather than following around this lap, I would have taken the pit stop. But look, he's here for the battle. Fotado did come to the pits to try and counteract the undercut from Steve Rees, which we saw him do relatively successfully in the race before. However, it was at this point that Steve Rees came back with I think a better tyre advantage. So this will be interesting as this plays out.
Yeah, I think he definitely came back with a tyre advantage in the back end of race one there, J-Man. So yeah, it'll be interesting to watch the end of this as it wraps up.
5 seconds for Fotado as well, so he does a good job there. So this is going to be tight.
Just winding down to the 10-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. You are here joining us for the Asrnz 2024 Race of Champions. It's round 2. We are clearly at Spa here on a lovely sunny afternoon. Yes, sponsored by Race Command. For Matchbit Entertainment. You've got Rusty, you've got J-Man, you've got Davo here. What could be better?
Not much. Campbell, I've just been keeping an eye on, just seeing if he can take any chunks out of that margin to John Carter ahead. And John Carter's holding station, so perhaps carrying a little bit of damage on the Audi for Mitch Campbell. But John Carter doing a very nice job keeping that, you know, about 10 or 11 seconds, so putting himself in the Goldilocks zone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, unpitted cars. So we have Vic Chan, John Carter, Mitch Campbell, Lucas R, and Damien Jones, a.k.a. Jacques, yet to pit.
Jacques doesn't let go of the back of that Audi either. Lucas, he's keeping him in range.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping him honest. Campbell rounds the final corner. Does he come in? No, he does not.
This is the time, though, for me. This is the time for Jacques. You know, look.
Does he come in now?
You've got to come in now. You've got to try and do something special here. Try and make a couple of really
questions
good clean
in his
stop.
head. Yeah.
But again,
it's just going to stay there.
He just rolls around.
Do you reckon he might follow him in? I agree with you, J-Man. I'd be pitting just to put a little question mark on Lucas and get him thinking about something else other than the track, you know?
Yep. Wilton still hanging on to the back of Stu Aerosmith here is a solid result for both these guys. So it's just under a second is the margin at the moment from Farmer to Stewie.
Stu's on for P4 here, and so this is the battle for P4 effectively on track. Steve Wilton and Stu Aerosmith.
Yeah, I think Carter is in the mix here.
You're right, yes.
Carter's definitely in the mix for that battle.
Yeah, he was just a little behind. Yeah, remember when Stu pitted, he was just behind Vaughan, about 2 seconds behind Martin, and I think John Carter was just behind him.
He was. The thing is he's just been out there just consistently banking those mid-20s, although the last one wasn't great. The last one was a 21.7. So I
Right.
had been watching the laps, and he's probably on par. He's probably on par with those guys. Both Farmer and Dewey both banking 21.4, 21.8. So he's on par. So depending on how many 20s he banked in there versus 21s, this is what I'm saying, that he's certainly playing himself into this battle. Still has to do the pit lane thing correctly, and we've seen how
Well,
late
that's
Carter's
right.
willing to take it. He's willing to take it down to pretty much the last lap. Jaka still following Lucas Saar.
Yeah, well, that's actually the closest two cars on track at the moment. Actually, the Saar Jones battle
Yes.
there, J-Man.
Yep.
And yeah, Jones well in touch. And both of you guys have questioned in the last two laps whether Jones should be coming in. And here we are again, winding their way up the hill towards the final corner, or chicane, should I say. Does Jones come in this time? Is it Saar coming in?
Both do.
They do.
Look, we saw him come in behind Shields the race before and hit him down at the control line.
Okay, let's watch this.
He got
So,
Beautiful stuff, Jarks.
look at it. Look at it. The tailgating from Jones there.
Look, the boys might know they're on TV too. Give us a flash of the lights, Lucas, if you got your ears on.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This is a pit lane race. This is a timed race here. This is a time trial, 50k an hour max speed limit. This is going to be on. They're going to be right up each other's backsides when they come out here.
No, classic battle here. Look, it's a
They're
long
ghosting.
way. It's a long way down that hill. This pit lane here.
Lucas,
so easy to hit
on
those.
the apex there.
It's so easy to hit those barricades in this pit lane. It's ridiculous.
Be interesting to see how close these two guys' pit boxes are as well. I'm not sure where they land. So let's
Good point too.
Watch this.
Because Lucas has got the advantage.
Like-
If I were Lucas, I would be just waiting till the absolute last minute.
Holding him out
Yeah.
there so he can't see anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, look, Jarks is already out wide. He's already lining up the box here, boys. So he knows what's at stake because he needs to get this thing bang square on the mark and lock it up. Oh, look how close.
Oh, look
Are they
at
sharing the
him.
box?
Nose to tail.
That would have been
Unbelievable.
harder for Jarks, and I think he had to take a double stab at it.
Yep.
And he's off.
He's gone.
Sharks is out.
Oh, did he speed there? That looked very, very quick.
Oh. No, they're clean.
No, and they are off. Wow.
Did
It
Lucas maybe have a couple of seconds of damage that he didn't uncheck from that battle with Mitch Campbell earlier?
I'll tell you what it looked like. Lucas Saar with 7 seconds, Damien Jones with 5.
There you go.
There
That's what
it
it
is.
was.
You can win it or lose it on pit road.
And look, that is probably the clearest example we've ever seen visually, right there with the two boys, nose to tail in the pit boxes, landed on their pit stop, on their jacks perfectly. And
Shannon
bam,
Carter in the lane too, guys.
Jones. Awesome work.
With a 2-minute 20 lap, you wouldn't think that 2 seconds makes that much of a difference. But when you come out of pit lane and you're 2 seconds behind the guy that you were in front of, it looks like an eternity away to catch back up again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not just the 2 seconds, is it, Rusty? I mean, you've got to get past the guy as well.
Exactly.
It's not just the time. As the cameras focus on Phil Turner here. This is Turner and Shields.
Yeah, this has been coming. Actually, Turner's been working his way up to him for the last 2-3 laps. I saw him in the background, and look at the strength. Look at the strength through this left-hander. But the trouble is, he's got to deal with the straight line speed of this
Big dive.
of this Porsche. Oh, he had a big look. Actually got out of it. Just carried the brake a little bit longer in there to clear the nose of that car. Didn't want to grab the back of that Porsche. But as we approach this back end of this lap and they get to wind these things up again, this is where the Porsche will extend its legs.
Oh, mate, and look, they don't have long to go. A little over 3 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to get this lap and maybe one more.
And I think this is a little bit of an insight too into the AM battle that's going to be coming in our GT3 season, which fires up after the Race of Champions,
Oh,
because
for sure.
Phil Turner's obviously
Now,
the defending AM champ.
Aerosmith coming down the front straight. Now, Carter is out of the lane. I talked to you guys about
Campbell and Carter in the pits.
what the potential of this look like. Now, Carter's coming out. Where is Stewie Aerosmith?
He's clear. He's well clear.
He's cleared him. He's well cleared him.
4.5 seconds up the road.
Nice work for Asrnz there. And Carter.
Well, Carter, yeah, P4.
Carter, yeah.
Did that quietly, didn't he?
Yeah, he did do it quietly. We talked about him banking those good laps early in the piece there, you know, those 2-minute 20.5s.
And off camera also we've seen, who's that pass? Lucas, that's Damien Jones.
Yeah, he did that in the pits. We just talked about that.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yes. For some reason I thought that was Wilton's car.
Well, Saar's taken about 1.5 seconds out of him. So I'm guessing we've got 2 laps to go by looking at where Vic is.
I think of this one and next one more. Yep.
Yes, you'd be correct. Yeah, Vic's just coming around the back end.
So there's enough time for Lucas as Jarks runs wide. Now
very
it's on.
Very wide.
Yeah, look, he just needs to play to that KTM strengths here. Do all the good things where it does right, and just maybe just be a little clinical on its weaknesses. Now, clearly its weaknesses are going to be the Kimmel straight. Yep.
Yeah, so, I'm sure the bonnet on that Audi is flapping still.
I'm pretty sure it is too, mate.
Yeah, so, that car's got a little bit of damage. And, he's looks like he struggles every now and then a little bit with the aero, just trying to get that thing tipped in.
This is the worst possible track to have front aero
Final
damage.
You know it. Vic Chan rolls across the line to begin the final lap.
Yeah, for me, this one here, gritty little drive there from John Carter. Stewie Aerosmith's coming back at him. He is coming back at him fast. But with only 1 lap to go, he's got to do a big lap. Can tell you the difference in the lap. Stewie Aerosmith, last lap round, 21.0, plays a 20.4 for John Carter. Okay, so they do a couple of those, it'll be okay for John Carter.
Yeah, just got a hold station here. Keep it calm through sector 2. Use the horsepower of that Merc. It's got a clear speed advantage down the long straights here. So,
Lucas Saar very, very close to Damien Jones here. Does he fake to the inside? He does. Jux was pretty considerate there. He'll have nothing on the horsepower of this Audi down here. Looks for a little bit of side draft, but it'll be a little too late, I reckon. Sweeps across the nose, no problem.
Very, very tidy stuff from both the boys there, actually down into and through Rouge and running up the hill for the final time here. Race 2, round 2, Spa in the at Spa for the Asrnz 2024 Race of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here again tonight. Battles throughout the field. Some great mid-pack action. The usual suspects up the top.
Oh, in that AM battle, guys, Nev Shields has just gone wide on the last lap, and it's let Phil Turner through. Unfortunate for Nev Shields there. He was holding him out. And that season, Phil Turner taking out currently P1 in the M class.
Yeah,
Martin goes through as well, mate.
Big recovery drive from Vaughan.
Yeah, not too bad. He went back to 15th, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who's that? We've got Bear Grylls just tucked in behind there too. So is Nev Shields in a spot of other here? Because he is slipping back here.
Yeah, maybe Porsche just doing Porsche things at the end of this race, perhaps. Vic Chan crosses the line, guys.
Cross the line, absolutely.
Yeah, tough luck there for Nev Shields as we get back.
And
Vic Chan across.
Rees to make up the podium.
And that'll actually see Vic Chan go top of the championship. I know we don't have the points currently, but Vic Chan obviously did 2 P2s last week, followed up by 2 P1s. Steve Rees 2 P1s last week, followed up by 2 P3s. That'll mean Vic has just nudged him out and is currently leading the championship.
Yep.
So pretty well the top 9 coming across the line in very close succession there. And then a little bit of a gap here to Damien Jones. Lucas Saar battle.
Hang on to it for the whole way. Welcome back, Damien Jones. Then Martin and Turner is a great battle.
Grills has just tapped Nev.
Oh, I see that. So Nev in the wars, in the Porsche. In the last
target on his back,
hasn't he? Particularly in the last couple of laps. So, tough gig. Nev Shields across the line for 13th with Bear Grylls.
Good recovery drive from Bear Grylls.
Yeah, and Phil Davison in tow. Kenny Simpson, I think the next on the list. Where is Kenny? He's well down in a very damaged Porsche at the moment.
Yeah,
Kenny's
Rivers
just having a nice Sunday drive.
Yeah, he is. He's just out there cruising. Rivers, Melling, and McDonald rounding out the 19, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the top three up in the comments box.
Okay, so as far as we had before, first cab off the rank will be Steve Rees. Down to the comms box. You got us on comms, Steve?
Copy.
Mate, I swear if you just turned up, it was almost a carbon copy of the first one, mate. Like literally got out there, great start, held off Shano, he got you back, and then you guys went to battle again.
Yeah. I took a bit of a swing at the setup this time, and turns out it was a bit too much of a swing, I think.
Yeah,
a little bit oversteery towards the end, but
now talking to you last week, Steve, you pretty much, it wasn't a lot of prep time, mate. You sort of jagged the Audi, picked it. It was the first one, and it was obviously successful. How much emphasis went into that Lambo this week?
it's about 5 o'clock today. I think I jumped on.
About the same.
About the same. Yeah.
Did a few laps in a few different cars and settled on the Lambo. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think you clearly laid down the challenge last week. I think there's a couple of boys that have responded. So, man, I'm really looking forward to how this thing plays out over the coming weeks, mate, because, any of you top three at this point clearly look like you can take honours, and it's going to get pretty spicy from here on out, I think.
Oh, it sure is. I agree. Yeah, and great guys. So.
Yeah, I think it's actually, just doing it off the top of my head, I think Vic may have just pipped you in the championship after this round. But I think yourself and Shane might be level pegging, and you won't be far off him. It'll only be like literally 2 points, 4 points, something like that. So
yeah, nice and
game
tight.
on. Yeah,
nice and tight. Yep, good.
Yeah, good stuff, Steve. Always a pleasure to have you here and have you down here in the box, mate. So I really enjoyed that one tonight, mate. All the best, and looking forward to seeing what you got next week.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Steve Rees.
Yeah, so that was Steve Rees from P3. And then once again, Shano, Slambo.
The Maori and the Audi.
The Maori and the Audi, mate, got that thing all wound up tonight. Thought you actually come back a little bit better towards Vic in the opening phase once you cleared Steve Rees again, Shano. Is that how it sort of felt? All right. Shane's the bush bloody gnomes are eating his bloody electronics too.
The wood nymphs are at it again.
Bush gnomes.
Bush gnomes.
What are they doing?
We've got truffle pigs and bush gnomes out there running amok.
Can somebody send out for Nicolas Cage? We need him to capture his pig. Slambo, you got us, mate.
Please say yes.
No, he's out there. He's riding the pig to get some truffles, so we'll leave him.
See, this is the problem. When they don't turn up, Dayman starts to ad-lib. And then the whole place turns to shit. Okay.
Righto.
Okay.
Third time lucky. A few words.
Vic, you got us on comms?
Yep, got this.
You don't need truffles, do you, mate? Right.
Way to play into it.
Yeah. Congratulations, mate. That one, to be honest, probably looked a little easier than the first one. Is that how it felt?
Yeah. I didn't really have to push much, and I made some setup tweaks to see if it worked. But yeah, it was pretty simple race, to be fair.
So our living, breathing abacus is basically Rusty, and he's told us that he thinks that you've taken a little bit of a lead at this championship with that. Obviously, the double victory there tonight. How much focus do you put in each week, Vic, to picking the right car for the right track at the moment?
I don't think too much about it. I just look at the I just pick a car and track, and then I don't practice anything else. Otherwise, you just get spoiled.
You can go down rabbit holes too, can't you? Like, oh, is this
Yeah.
one better? Or am I gonna do better in the turns on this one? What's this one like on the tires?
Changing cars like undies, like Shane does.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
this changed a few times before this race.
No, hey, look, nonetheless, it's already proven that, I think week to week, Vic, it's going to be a challenge because clearly if Steve's in the right car at the right place, he's going to be a challenger. And we know how good Shano is as well. I think, clearly you had the edge in the same equipment tonight over him there. A little bit tighter that one, I think 4.9 to 5 seconds, the margin at the back end, whether you backed out of it a bit. But definitely very, very entertaining behind you tonight, mate. So pretty good watch. And we'll leave it with you there. And congratulations on that one, mate. No doubt we'll be talking this time again next week.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Yeah, it's going to be a tricky season with all the different cars that you have to drive. So I'm pretty sure I'll be in bad spot next week because I'm going to do one of those Porsches. Probably the ugliest.
You got it.
long-tail Porsche.
He's forecasting.
You've got to get it out of the way, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
What track are we at next week, by the way?
Oh,
Incidentally?
good
It's
question.
Barca, so
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah.
interesting choice then. The Porsche.
yeah,
Enjoy
yeah,
that.
tricky one. But yeah, I should have fun though.
Yeah,
Make up
that's the main
for
thing.
the FOMO of the races I miss. I mean the racing.
Oh, you'll be right in the middle of it then.
Yeah, right in the thick of it. No, well done, Vic, mate. Congratulations on doing the double here tonight, mate. Sent a message out to the likes of Steve Rees and Shane out at the moment. So congrats, mate, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, guys.
We
See
can
you.
get
Nice one.
get Shano back in, by the way, guys. He said his mic's fixed.
He's got his shit
Yeah,
sorted.
he's locked the pig away. He's back.
Sorry,
There he
guys.
You're right, mate. You're right. The technical difficulties has been the flavour of the night, Shano. But once again, man, I said to Steve, that was like a carbon copy of race one. Potentially, maybe you left it a little bit longer to pass him that one before you set off with some pretty good pace. Matched Vic there with a couple of, what were they? Were they 19.5s?
18.5, I think.
18.5, sorry, in the race. So
Yeah.
Hey,
some
give
good
the man a
pace.
second. Jesus.
Yeah, some good pace. Certainly too much for Steve tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I was coming back at Vic for a little bit, and then I just saw the tyre temps just skyrocketing. So I was like, oh, I better save some for the end this time.
It just looked like to us Shano, that Steve-O was on pace kind of for those first few laps where the GT2 tyres might have just taken a little bit longer to get up to operating temp, and then regulation, you kind of just found your grip, and it came back to you. Yeah. So is that the way it felt in the car?
Yeah. This time I wasn't close enough on lap 1 to get him on the straight, so just tried to stick with him, and then
Bide your time. Yep.
got him the next lap. Yeah.
Well done, mate. You deserved a couple of good seconds there tonight, and it's really tightened this championship up at the early stage of this series, mate. So I think we've got a pretty special one on our hands here, mate, and it's gonna take some thought and some good racing to clinch this one or get anywhere near the podium to stay on it. We just heard Vic talking about the potential of using the of the Porsche maybe next week, so that's going to be an interesting scenario to play out. But don't be shy, mate. Sure to grab yourself some truffles and crackers on the way out. There's plenty here apparently, so
Watch out for the wood nymphs.
yeah,
They're running amok.
God. Okay.
okay, Shane. Good one, mate.
All right, catch ya.
See you,
Great
mate.
drive, mate.
Turn to custard here, boys.
Oh God, the poor boys they don't get the in-house joke. So you have to be there. Cracking night tonight, gents. As we would expect from the boys, some awesome mid-pack stuff, particularly in race one down the back end of the race there, and the usual suspects up the front tonight. So. Yeah, it's shaping up good. The strategy, these guys, it's not so much a race strategy, but the overall season strategy that they're having to play with these multiple cars and track combinations, yeah?
Yeah, and it is. And, we're hearing these guys talk about, they're playing it down and just, picking whatever, thing and turning up. Steve turned up at 5 o'clock and, Vic's not overthinking it. He probably doesn't have to. He's just got that natural ability to go fast pretty much all the time and whatever. However, the further down we go, and there's going to be some really hot battles going on. We've seen it tonight. The likes of Jones, Shields, Aerosmith, Wilton stepped up. We've had word from Wilton that I think he is going to make quite a few rounds this season. So,
Nice.
John McDonald unfortunately tangled with Mitchie Campbell early in that one. Otherwise, we know that
Good race one, though, for John.
Yeah.
he would have had his hat in the ring as well. Beautiful driving race one. So
How about the battle between Lucas Sarr and Vaughan Martin in the Pro-Am? They both had kind of unfortunate incidents, but they both showed their quali paces on point.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, and look, Vaughan Martin, apart from that unforced run wide error early on the piece, and obviously cost him there. Was it? Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't Vaughan that did the double stop. It was someone else. But
No,
it was Vaughan.
It was
Yeah.
Vaughan.
It was Vaughan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vaughan with the double stop, which really threw him out.
And a little bit of a recovery as well. So yeah, just sneaking through there in a couple of gifted positions. So yeah, tough stuff for a few guys out there.
Yeah, but you know, there's drivers out there that are going to start to believe a little bit after their performances tonight. The likes of Vaughan Martin, the likes of I think John Carter performed very, very well. We know that John comes from a very, very good stable. So, but you know, there's still plenty to come, and you know, certain drivers are going to take their bad weeks with picking maybe the Ferrari. You know, we haven't really seen too much out of that. We saw Jacques come in and early, changed out, jumped into that beautiful little KTM and took better of it for a track.
Yeah, definitely made it happen. Look,
Don't forget about Mitch Campbell as well. He's had a full kind of hardware, PC hardware rebuild.
What happened there? He didn't drop out.
He
dropped. YouTube dropped out multiple times for Mitch Campbell.
Well, he's done the full rebuild on the PC. You know, new gear. He's just getting back into the seat now, back into the swing. You know, probably he would be disappointed with his qualifying results, but he showed he's still the same racer that he's always been. So I would expect him to, you know, come on strong towards the end of the season as well, gearing up for the next GT3.
For sure. Also, Lucas looking strong and, you know, carrying some momentum throughout not only the GT3s, but, you know, the Racer Championship.
And we've got a couple of guys who are coming off the injury list too. Remember, Moss the Boss will be back probably on deck next week. He's recovering
definitely.
currently. So another one to throw into the mix, the current reigning GT3 champ in the pro class. So he'll be there.
He'll be keen as. And look, hasn't he got some cars to choose from if he hasn't run the first couple of rounds? So.
Well, he dropped the two Porsches instantly.
That's right.
Although he is a Porsche man, he is sick enough to take the Porsche, you know.
Yeah.
He'll do it by choice.
Absolutely. Look, it's been a pleasure again, gents. Thank you, Rusty. Thank you, J-Man, for, you know, business as usual for us here at Asrnz for their 2024 Racer Champions. Thank you, everybody, for sticking by us through some technical difficulties as YouTube had a hissy fit. You have just witnessed round 2 here at Spa for Asrnz Racer Champions. Look, I think that's about enough, guys.
That's a wrap. I'm herding the truffle pig back into the van.
Herd the truffle pig, and like and subscribe and hit the notifications, because if you keep in touch with MatchFit, we have got so much stuff going on. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned. We've got RF2 stuff, more ACC stuff. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. So like, subscribe, hit your notifications. Catch us soon. J-Man and Rusty, catch you.
Yeah, cheers, team. Thank you.
Ta-ta.
Catch you guys.